Alright, I've been a full-time producer for a while now, working with everybody from the dude down the street to guys like Q-Beats and Cash Money AB who eat platinum records for breakfast. And today I'm exposing the biggest problems that I've seen within the producer community that are tearing it apart and just totally killing it. Alright, the biggest problem right off the bat is ego. So tons of producers have kind of lost sight of the artistic and like passionate side of things that originally drew people to music production. So now it's all just about a clout, social media validation, and just quick and easy fame for a lot of people. And I feel like this has been especially bad since 2020 with the whole COVID pandemic thing, while a huge spike of producers just chasing trends and a quick bag, essentially. Instead of actually honing their crafts and like authentically contributing to the culture. You feel me? We gotta remind ourselves that the very essence of being a music producer is like completely rooted in creativity. The second big issue is just the complete lack of innovation. Producers are still relying on the same techniques and sounds that they've been using for the past 5 to even 10 years. And this has kind of led to a huge saturation of beats that all sound exactly the same. Now, while there's nothing inherently bad about these beats, if everybody's just making this kind of stuff, it's really hard to have breakthroughs. So over-reliance on that kind of stuff has showed low effort to actually push boundaries and come up with new stuff that could literally redefine the entire rap industry. The fix to this is actually super simple. Let's talk about the amount of producers who are actually afraid, myself included, to embrace like the new ideas that they have. Nobody wants to truly create original music because it's scary. Following trends is safe and it's pretty much guaranteed that other people are going to like your music because it's been proven before. Obviously, that risk of failing is there. And what a lot of people don't realize is that music is extremely subjective, a lot more than we think. And even the most weird experimental sounds have way more power than we think to totally ignite a new wave. If there's enough confidence behind it, that's the key. Confidence is the key. Somebody had to come up with the Spin 08. Somebody had to come up with the rat kick. For example, the super trap wave, the rage wave, the hyperpop waves, all of that came along because a few certain people decided they didn't care anymore. They're gonna do whatever they want. A good example of this is Mac Shooter. Mac is doing so well because his beats sound like this. These guys reach that level of success because they literally don't care. They're not afraid to fail. They're not afraid to take creative risks. He's a super happy guy. Watch any of his lives, watch any of his videos. He's always laughing. He's just a happy dude. People making 80 rod wave beats a month to pay rent, I wouldn't be happy, you know? Benny X is another really amazing example. His beats sound like this. Nothing about that is conventional. The golden statement of this video, originality paired with confidence, can and will redefine the industry. Now, because some of this falls on the influencers, obviously making the same tutorials over and over and pushing sounds that aren't unique, that doesn't help anybody. Then again, personally, I have a fear if I make something experimental and unique, nobody's gonna watch it. If nobody watches it, obviously the hours and hours and hours put into the video weren't worth it, and that's scary. But we're changing that. All right, so the idea I had in mind was actually to sample LMI one of these. It's actually a client request. He actually asked me to sample this song and make a custom beat for him. I do offer custom beats, so send me an email here and I'll get back to you. All right, so we're gonna sample this loop right here. So it sounds like this. Let me grab an 808. I'm gonna leave a little space right there and copy this over and pitch this up. Let's EQ the highs of the 808 a little bit. I want it to be a little more dull. I'm going for like a Tyler the Creator kind of sound. All right, I like that. I'm gonna do Dark Ascension drum kit. Let me add a kick on top of that. Let's add a really cool open hat. I'm gonna do a triplet pattern like this. Second thought, let's switch this out. We just throw this in real quick and we'll build the melody from scratch with the VST. I'm gonna open up this new plugin called Ember that I've been using a lot recently. I found this pad is entering deep space. I love how the pad kind of like morphs over time. It's really sick. It's got all kinds of different controls here. You can control the oscillation of everything, the cutoff, this thing called the circuit. It's essentially analog emulation module. It's got super realistic analog plucks. This is definitely the best part of the entire plugin. Like, this thing alone right here is literally unmatched. All right, so I'm gonna turn up the chorus, turn up the ripple sum. It's got a heat module. You can save your own custom presets by clicking this right here. Obviously, it's got your average envelope right here where you can adjust tax, sustain, the release of everything. So if I move this up, this is a really, really advanced arpeggiator as well. Go ahead and do octaves 2. It almost reminds me of like a granular synth. And then obviously we've got the master effect right here that has some other effects you can choose from. Let me turn this off. You can darken or brighten the tone as well as move the width in or out. Absolutely beautiful. Squeeze it down nice and tight. Like that. Turn this part down. Move this over. All right, let's render that out. And let's turn this part down. Then I found this other lead from Ember as well. I thought that sounded insane. Let me throw in another atmosphere for my soundscape kit. Let's add a little variation. Gonna have like a little bridge right here. And then it repeats itself. Right here, this part, over to right here. The outro is just nothing, it just goes into silence. So I hope you guys got something from the video. And what do you think about the state of the producer community? Let me know down below.